Hello Tarot community, Andrea here with another video. This time I wanted to join a new hashtag. I'm not sure if he intended it to be a hashtag from the beginning, but Jeff Burr from Tattooed Spirit just made a video with 5 things to know about tarot. And it is 5 things that you wish to know. No, sorry, that you wish you knew when you started learning and practicing with the tarot. Then it went on to 5 things you will say to someone if they came to you asking about how to learn or how to do it better, or kind of tips or advice, something like that. I really liked the idea, and everything he said was great. All the five things he said, and I read the comments a little bit, and also all the ideas of everyone were great. I wanted to join, but it was hard for my brain to get a clear idea of what I wanted to say. I haven't even wrote down the 5 points. I only have kind of like 3. I'll try to explain the best I can. When he started to explain it, I got the feeling that for me, it went kind of into 3 different venues. Like, the first one will be 5 things I wish I knew when I started. Like, I wish somebody with more knowledge or with more experience will have explained me these things. That's one side. Then the other one will be 5 things I would like to share with others that are learning about tarot. And then a third one, it's 5 basic things about tarot for clients or anyone that is curious about it or want to know something else but not learning and practicing with the tarot. So that's why my brain cannot really get to the 5 things specifically, because it's like all over the place. My brain is trying to cover the three roads at the same time. So I guess I'm gonna just ramble about it. Yeah, I first started with the idea of what I usually say to someone that comes to me for a tarot reading as client, or maybe as a friend that needs some help or advice or just for fun. The first thing that comes to mind for me is to differentiate 2 basic ways of reading the tarot. The first one will be more as a fun, light, curious, superficial maybe way of predicting the future. And the other one will be more profound, introspective, and more focused on studying yourself and how can you better evolve spiritually. So we have the predicting of the future and a more spiritual side to it, more profound. And for me, that is the real base of the tarot. Of course, you can stay in the superficial level and just go for the fun and predictive side of it. I don't feel it's the principal goal of the tarot, but sure, if you want to focus your intention in that, and maybe if you have some kind of extra something, you can see something else, but not with the tarot really. Maybe just as a tool to help you, but you have to you need to have some extra capacity, like being sensitive or extra sensitive, or I cannot find the word right now. Like psychic, like really psychic, having visions or whatever you hear, or maybe channeling. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I just study the cards and read the cards and maybe use my intuition, okay, but I don't have that extra sense. So for me, it's more like a study of yourself. So first, you need to have that really clear. Like, how do you wanna get close to tarot? How do you wanna use it? What's your focus working with the tarot? Is just predicting or is more introspective? This is kind of confusing also because in my journey with the tarot, I've always felt attracted to the spiritual side, to the esoteric, all that supernatural series of all times. So that has always been part of me. And of course, I started reading tarot for myself more as a predictive way, kind of predicting the future a little bit. So I started like that, and I think that's normal, that's natural, and probably if you're that kind of person, you will gradually get more deep into it and go for something more spiritual and more evolved for me, the way I see it. Then the second point I wrote down was as a student, like learning, practicing with the tarot, using it as a tool for yourself, and maybe more along the way for others. As I was saying, it's kind of those two roads, the two ways of reading the tarot kind of merge at some point, probably. And maybe you will start with something more superficial and more like predicting the future, and that's okay. And along the way, you will go into something more deep. So it's just respecting your process, the way you need to do it. And here I wrote, just to remind myself, my own conflicts about it. Because when I started reading more seriously the tarot for myself, it was about someone else, about feelings, about. And one of the things that you most hear is you shouldn't read the cards for yourself because you cannot be objective, and I understand that, and yeah, I see the point in that. But for me, it was like I couldn't help it. Like I really needed, the cards were calling me, and I needed to pick them up and ask and study the cards and really get into it. And that process led me to evolve for myself and now read for other people and try to help them in a much more deep and profound way. But yeah, I started like asking the stupid questions, more superficial ones, and trying to see what really was the situation, what I couldn't see maybe about the other person. And what it's really important for me is that it helped me, it was like a really important exercise to be more objective when reading the cards. Precisely because it was so close to me and I supposedly couldn't be objective, it was a really hard but necessary exercise for me and practice to be more objective. And that has really helped me a lot when reading for other people. So it's your own process. it's okay to listen, to hear to others' opinions, people that have practiced for a long time and know more than you maybe about tarot, but you always have to follow your instinct and what you feel you need to do with it. Because for me, the most important base, most basic thing about tarot is that it is a tool for yourself. The tarot for us in this life, it's a guidance. It's like a map. It gives you more clarity. It makes you look at things that maybe you don't want to look at. And that's something I encountered lately with some people, that when they learn that I read the cards, when I read the tarot, they, I'm not sure if it's only here in Spain. I have this feeling that we have this concept, like really superficial and superstitious way of looking at the tarot, like, yeah, just predicting the future. And a lot of people think it is lies, all lies. Maybe it's just my impression here, I don't know, I'm not sure. But I encounter a lot of people that are curious about the tarot and they think it's something maybe fun and not really deep or not really important. And when I explain that for me it's more introspective, the last reaction I got was like, oh, then no, thanks, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to look there. It's too hard, it's too difficult. They didn't say that, but that's what I understood. But that is the really important use of the tarot. So, another point. I know this is kind of messy. I didn't really got like clear points about it. I'm really sorry, Jeff, but this is all I got for now. Maybe something comes up during the recording of this. The third one that I wrote, and that's actually the last one, it's about reading for other people. If you are studying tarot and you are really thinking about becoming a tarot reader, one of the things that I've learned through my own experience, I last year I actually threw myself, like, I was in my shop and I just put a sign on the window saying that there were tarot readings for whatever you wanted to pay. So you can imagine a lot of people were curious and just came in, and you don't have to pay a lot, so whatever, let's try. And that put me in a spot where I had a lot and different experiences with that, and it was fantastic actually. I learned a lot, and I just, like the fool, went for it. I was like, okay, whatever, bring it. I always try to be honest about how I use the cards and what they can expect. One thing, that's why I say this is important when you're reading for other people. You need to let them know how you interpret the cards. Is it more predicting the future, or is it more deep introspective work? And I always explain, for me it's more kind of the second one. But usually they just go along. It's like, okay, whatever, let's see. Yeah, and one of the comments in Jeff's video, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but it was a great comment, talking about reading for other people. You need to remember to have some kind of barrier or limit, respecting your energy and separating it from the other person's energy. They are going to react in a lot of different ways. Some people will be more guarded and more cold, maybe not talking a lot, Some people will be completely closed if they don't have a specific question and it's just for fun or in general, whatever comes out from the cards, and you're just explaining and they don't understand anything you're saying. Those are kind of difficult moments, but those times really test you and help you learn. Always try to be as honest as you can when you're reading for somebody else, explaining, and even if you get stuck at some point, just let them know. It's supposed to be a work between both, co-creation of that moment. There has to be feedback a little bit. It's not about it's fun because fun and funny. Some people will tell you much more than you need. Like you have to tell them, stop talking. I don't need to know all that. I just need some help, some details at some points just to get in the right path. And then other people won't tell you anything at all. So it's a good exercise actually for the ego, for the tarot reader, because you have to really separate yourself from the ego and understanding that the reaction of the other person, whatever it may be, it won't be to judge you or to hurt you, or so that's really good to think when you're reading for somebody else. And just okay, that's all I've got wrote down. Yeah, like Jeff said, try to enjoy. It's for me right now, I'm understanding and learning in life in general that everything is a process. That's why when he said 5 things I wish I knew when I started with tarot, I wouldn't say anything, because what I didn't know then, it's what helped me in the process of learning. I don't wish I knew anything that I didn't know, because I needed to take those steps and to go down that path to learn and to know what I know now. Yeah. So that's why I guess I focused it more into tips for people that are using it as a personal tool and people that come as clients or just curious about it. Sorry, not 5. Destroying the hashtag again. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share, really. Nothing else. Just thanks to Jeff for creating this hashtag. I don't think it was the intention initially, but it's a really great idea. And I hope I will finish to read all the comments in his video, and I hope more people join the hashtag, because I think it's great. As he said, this community is so good for sharing and especially learning. Just I'm so grateful, really grateful to have found this community and be able to participate. And well, I hope you like the video. Thank you for stopping here, and take care and see you next time. Bye.